Hey everyone, welcome once again to yet another live stream on Hack This Falls YouTube channel. I'm super glad to have you all joining us in the live chat right now. I can already see the excitement, which is just increasing like anything, and you all have been super motivated around coming up with this particular live stream because I know you all are super enthusiastic around this particular word, which is community, which is a lot more than that, not just a word, and will definitely unleash the power of communities, which is the title of this particular session. But before we move actually to the stream, bring in some more energy in the chat. Drop your favorite emoji so that I can understand, where you are coming from or how excited you are. I couldn't, give you right away the biggest resource of the community, right? So bring in your energy in the chat, maybe your favorite emojis or something you are looking forward to learn or maybe take away from this particular live stream. Meanwhile, let me see the chat. So while you do that, let me quickly introduce what Hack This Fall is all about to all of those who have been joining in for the very first time. So, Hack This Fall is a 48 hours virtual hackathon that we are coming up with. The dates are 22nd to 24th of October. The motto is Innovate for Good. We do have so many things up in our store for you all people. So, do not forget to register yourself at hackthisfall.tech, which is our website. A lot of resources on the website. Make sure you check everything out and you never miss anything. All right. Too much fire in the chat. Here's some water. Thanks a lot, Aditya, for putting that in. But yes, I'm doing good. Thanks a lot for asking. Let me quickly jump on to the speaker session for this live stream, And without a further ado, let me quickly invite Khushboo Verma. Hi Khushboo, how's it going?
Hi everyone. Hi Siddharth. I'm so excited to be here and seeing all the energy in the audience. It's amazing to be here.
Yes, yes. People from Hack This Fall, the entire hacker community is like so much excited for every live stream and for particularly this one. I guess if you remember, I've shared it with you earlier. Like people were super enthusiastic and excited about the same as well.
Right,
They were
right, right.
conversing in the private groups, and here we are for this live stream. So how excited you are?
I really love everything that's been happening around Hack this fall, and I am pretty sure that this hackathon is gonna be amazing. It's already amazing that there is almost a month for the hackathon to go, and so many amazing speaker sessions are happening almost every week, and it's so inspiring to see how enthusiastic everyone is to learn, and it fills my
Yeah.
heart to see everyone being so involved.
Awesome, wonderful. Thanks a lot, Khushbu. And I'm personally also looking forward to this one because community is something which I'm also excited about. So looking forward. Let me quickly first go through your introduction. So if you'd like to, just tell our audience who you are and what do you do and everything around the same.
Sure, sure. So I have that covered up in the slides. So can we present the slides?
I'll do that.
Awesome.
Cool. Here we are. I hope everyone is able
Sure.
to see the slides and the virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. And before I begin, first of all, I would like to say a huge hi to you all. Hi, thank you so much for being so enthusiastic in attending sessions, in being part of communities, in doing things that, I wish I did when I was like just starting out in my college life, which I like realized a bit late. And I'm really happy to see that so many students and so many people are so enthusiastic about these things. And I'm pretty sure that these things will take you very far. Awesome. So today's topic is unleashing the power of communities. Technology and communities are the two things which are closest to my heart since a long time. And to be honest, whatever like I have accomplished so far, or however far I have come in my journey, I owe a lot of it to the part of to the communities that I have been a part of, to the people that I have met through communities, and to the opportunities which have come my way because of communities. So today's topic is very close to my heart, like unleashing the power of communities. First of all, understanding what communities are, like how can you be a part of it, why is it important, and like I'll be really happy to answer all your questions that you have around communities, which I have learned throughout my experience. So hi everyone, I'm Khushboo Verma, and these are my social handles. If you want to reach out to me after this session, feel free to do that. and let's begin. So let me quickly introduce myself. So if I talk about, like, as I mentioned, the two things that I'm really passionate about are technology and communities both. So if I talk about what I do in tech side, so I'm a software engineer at Microsoft, and previously I have worked at Adobe as a product intern for 6 months, and before that I was working again at Microsoft as a software engineering intern. So I like building software, cool products, and I really love doing those things. But at the same times, communities have been a huge part of my journey. I'm really passionate about communities, and these are some of the past community engagements. When I was a student, I used to be a part of these communities. So I am a GitHub field expert right now, recently organized GitHub Field Day India, and I have been a part of the GitHub Campus Experts program since 2018. I have also been a Google Explore ML facilitator, a Gold Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. I host this show called Tech Interviews Simplified with the GitHub Education Stream team. And I have been a part of a lot of tech communities and non-tech communities on campus, in my city, off campus, all over India, in fact, all over the world. And all those experiences have given me amazing insights about why communities are so important, and they have literally impacted me in a lot of different ways. So, I would like to begin with a quote which says that alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. I think this is the entire context of communities, that as an individual we can do so little, right? There is a constraint on the impact that we can create. But when we come together, when we fill in each other's, like, we all have our individual strengths and weaknesses, but when we come together, we actually you know help each other build and help each other get past our incapabilities, and we come together as very strong. So this is a very famous quote by Helen Keller, and I really love it. And I think that this is the heart and soul of communities, that we do things together. So, I just want to give you a quick glimpse of the offline community events that we used to have, and I really miss them, like meeting new people, doing things, having that energy in person, etc. And I really wish that I could meet you all today in person, but I really hope that you leverage whatever is happening online right now, and you take it as an opportunity to participate in events even beyond your city, your college, and just leverage it to the fullest. So I just wanted to show a glimpse of all the events, like some of the events that I really loved being a part of. So now let's get to the important question. Why are communities important? And there's an endless list that I could have given you today, but I have kept it short today. So the first reason is that through communities you get to meet like-minded people. So as you all know, that communities bring together people from different domains, and they all have similar passions. They might have similar struggles. They might have similar background. They might have similar field of study. So, for example, let me give you a small example. There can be a community of 4 or 5 people who are from computer science background, and who are, let's say, passionate for learning web development or machine learning, or let's say there's a group of people who want to learn about product management or public speaking, or a group of people who just want to have group discussions, etc. So communities are important because through communities you meet like-minded people, and when you talk to them you realize that, oh, I'm not the only one who is going through this, and there is someone else. And you might also meet people who have actually overcome the struggles that you're facing right now, and they can give you insights as to how you can do things better. So that is the number one reason you get to meet like-minded people. The second area is that you get to find your areas of interest. When you go to community events, like even in Hack This Fall, you might see a lot of sessions happening around different technologies, different domains. And when you attend them, you first of all get to explore what these areas are. Secondly, you get to figure out if your interest lies in that field. So communities and community events are a great way to figure out if your interest lies in a particular area, and it's a great place to explore what all you can do. Sometimes it happens that we do not even know about a field until and unless we come across it through community events. So, for example, cloud computing was an area which I came across through community events when I used to attend events like, for example, Google Cloud, etc. So, and today I'm working on the Azure team. So, I think things somehow connect, dots somehow connect, and communities are a great way to learn about new areas and finding where your interest lies. Third reason is it's a platform to help others and give back. So all of us have this, consumer mindset by default. Human psychology, has this thing that most of the humans are consumers, right, since we are born. But if you actually want to create impact, it's really important that you give back. And the best way to give back to the community, which has helped you in so many ways, is to help others. So, for example, you are good at some area or you're learning, you maybe teach that to others and you solve their doubts. So what that helps you in is, first of all, it helps you strengthen your concepts. Secondly, it helps you create an impact because you're actually impacting lives, you're helping someone. And communities give you this platform, so you can go out, you can organize events, you can help people. It can be a simple message on Discord or Slack or Teams or whatever, but you can help in any small way possible, and you never know, you can change someone's entire life, right? And that is a great potential, I would say. The fourth reason why communities are so important is because they give you access to great resources and gives you a lot of opportunity to collaborate, right? When people come together, let's say there's a circle on web development, so everyone will be sharing amazing resources. You will have mentors, you will have all the support, and you will get resources, you will get a platform where you can go and ask questions, and you will find people who can help you overcome those particular hurdles which might be very big for you but small for them quickly. And obviously collaboration, like this is so important. Through communities you can actually, get a chance to collaborate with people you might have not even met otherwise. So, for example, if I give my own example, I have been a part of the campus experts community or the student partner community, and I have collaborated with people who are not even from India. So, that is the potential of communities. Like, you can know people beyond your geographical locations and you can work with them. That is insane. And few more reasons that I want to list here is that you can get to learn technical skills. So, a lot of community events have sessions, hands-on workshops, hackathons, whatnot. So it gives you an opportunity to learn technical skills. If you want to improve your profile, if you want to add projects to your resume, you can find team members through communities. Like even in Hack This Fall, I'm pretty sure there must be a platform. If you do not have a team member, you can, like, there must be some way in which you can find new people and connect with them and form teams. So, and you can learn new technical skills. Like hackathons also provide you an opportunity to learn new technical skills, and there is so much potential out there. The sixth reason is that you can become a better leader. When you lead communities, you actually get to become a better leader, and you start to understand concepts like empathy. Then, what is it that, what is the shared focus or the shared resonance or the shared mission of a community? Then you know how to actually handle people, how to bring out their best potentials, and you also understand how to make communities more diverse, inclusive, and how to retain people, etc. So if you want to improve your leadership skills, which will help you later in your life when you actually do jobs, those skills, those people management skills, those time management skills, event management skills, all those things you can learn through communities. The seventh point is you can have a sense of belongingness, and that is really important. Sometimes it happens that, we are a minority group and we go and talk to people in the community, and they say that, what, I also face the same struggles. And when you meet such people, you have a sense of belongingness. You feel like, okay, this is something I belong. This is the area which is like, I fit into this area. And you can have this sense of belongingness through those communities, which is amazing, right? The eighth point is very important. Communities help you discover your own potential. Sometimes we do not even know, what our interest is or what we are capable of doing, and we never find out until and unless we go out there and try out those things. You might all agree with me on this point that, through communities, all of you might have explored your own potentials. You might have, realized that you could have better leadership skills, better public speaking skills, and as you, keep doing these things, you incrementally improve, and which is an amazing part, which is why communities are so important. And lastly, it helps you land opportunities. It helps you land internships, job opportunities, and whatnot. I have seen that a lot of hackathons even have partnerships with companies, and these companies do hire through these hackathons. If you are the first prize winner, second prize winner, if you make a project using their tech stack, it gives you a lot of, exposure, and it also gives you a lot of, like, opportunity to highlight your profile, present it in front of the right people, and it can definitely help you land opportunities and amazing stuff. So these were some of the reasons why communities are so important. So if there are any questions with this part of the presentation, like if you want to know like what else you can achieve through communities, like these are some of the reasons, like just a, just the tip of the iceberg. There is a lot more that goes beyond and beneath, and you discover a lot when you go through that process of being active in communities. But if you have any questions, like we can take them up. But yeah, even after this presentation ends, you will get an opportunity to ask all your questions. But yeah, now that you understand why communities are so important, now let's move on to another quote. And I would like to quote it as like it's a quote by Brian Solis, and they have quoted that community is about doing something together that makes belonging matter. As we all know, like as the first quote in the presentation was about togetherness, it's about different set of people who have same interests, same struggles, same thought process, same ideas, etc. They all come together. It's an amazing opportunity to do that, and it helps you feel a sense of belongingness. So if you are a community leader, I would like you to take a moment and introspect. How can you actually make your community a place where everyone feels welcome, they feel like they belong in there, they feel comfortable, and they feel that it's a safe space where they can present their ideas and they can be themselves. So I would leave you with this question, like just think about it after this presentation or whenever. Like if you are leading a community, what should you do to ensure that the people who are a part of that community, they feel that they belong in that community, and they feel like that they can tackle challenges together. So that is one thing I would leave you with. Now, let's move on to the topic, unleashing the power of communities. How do we leverage communities effectively now that we know why they are so important? So, this is again just a very limited list of the things that you can do. There is definitely a lot more, and you will explore that according to your interests, right? Uh, let's just walk through this list. So, the first thing is, if you want to leverage communities effectively, then share what you are good at. You might have learned about this thing like build in public, show what you're doing to the people. And this is so important. Until and unless you tell me what you are good at, how will I know? How will the people who might have potential opportunities for you, how will they know that okay, you are a good fit and that they should reach out to you? So this is the first thing, that if you want to leverage communities effectively, whatever you are doing, it can be pretty small, and you might think that no one would care if I'm building a very simple project or if I'm attending a simple event. But I urge you strongly that share whatever you are doing. If you win a scholarship, if you attend a community event, like even today, if you're attending this session, share it with people, share your takeaways. And when I say share what you're doing, try to add some value. So, for example, let's say that you are doing something for the first time, and then there might be people in the future who might be doing that for the first time as well. And if they look at your example, they might understand the concepts fairly easily, or they might even just go a step beyond, right? So, share first of all, share with public, and do not think like people will think that this is stupid. Nothing is stupid, and everyone has that starting point. So just share whatever you are doing and whatever you are good at. Second part of leveraging communities effectively is take initiatives. No one is going to come to you and tell you that okay, do XYZ. It does not work like that. And I think this has been the major reason why I have being able to leverage communities so effectively, is because I used to take a lot of initiatives. So let me give you some examples. Let's say that you find you are a part of a community and you find that the community is inactive, okay? That people do not engage effectively, and there is like hardly one or two messages coming in a week or so. Once you identify a problem that okay, there is a communication gap happening and the community is not active, try to think of innovative ways in which you can actually increase the communication effectively among the team members. First of all, it will help you emerge out as a leader. Secondly, it will give you a sense of belonging. Third, it will actually help you improve your skill set. And fourthly, it will help you highlight your presence in the community and stand out from the crowd. And like there are unlimited benefits of taking initiatives, right? So if you want to leverage and if you want to stand out, then start taking initiatives. uh, Sometimes we think that communities sometimes have hierarchy, and we sometimes limit ourselves to the role that we have. I would strongly recommend that never limit yourself to any role that you have. Always try to go above and beyond by taking initiatives. The third thing that you can do to leverage communities effectively is to build your personal brand. We are living in a digital world, and you have no idea, like even I do not have any idea, like who might be the next person who might view my profile, who might see my presence online and might give me a very lucrative opportunity or something that I have been looking for in the longest time. So building a personal brand will actually help you establish your identity, and it will help you stand out of the crowd. And I would say communities are an amazing way to build your personal brand. There are many things that you can do. You can start using social media platforms effectively. You can start blogging. You can start writing blog posts on simple experiences. You can actually build projects, put them on GitHub, maybe contribute to open source. Or if you are not interested in that space, like there are so many opportunities. But whatever you are doing, try to put it out in public and then build a brand on that. Fourth part is work as a team as much as you can. When you work with a different set of people who have different perspectives, who have different skill sets, the learning becomes exponential. So what I'm saying is that people, sometimes complement each other. So sometimes it might happen that, let's say you're a backend developer and you find someone from a community who's a front end developer. Try to work with them as a team and try to learn from them, try to collaborate. Why? Because going forward, if you work at big companies, you'll be working in teams, right? And if you learn that skill through communities, that will help you in the long run. Being a good team player takes a lot of effort. Sometimes you also have to adjust and compromise for the team. Start doing those things as early as you can, even if you're in college. Try to work as a team as much as you can if you want to leverage communities effectively. Next part is network with people. And I really like this quote which says that your network is your net worth. And the more people you meet, the more you build your network. Sometimes what happens is that, this topic has been touched upon a lot, that sometimes when people want to apply for jobs, they start looking for referrals, right? And they start looking for referrals very late, and then they just, drop cold messages to people. On the other hand, imagine that already have a huge network of people you have either met through community events or common like school friends, college friends, etc. And you already know them and they already know your work. So there will be a high probability that they will trust you. They will have a better credibility of yours and they will be more willing to give you referrals, opportunities, etc. And networking with people not just helps in learning opportunities, it helps you in a sense having a sense of belongingness. It helps you when things are not going so smooth for you. So communities have a lot of people who have the same interests, same struggles as you. So try to network as much as possible, try to collaborate with them, try to see how you can actually help each other. So do those kind of things and it will help you in the long run. The next thing that you can do, which I also mentioned why communities are important, is that try to add value to the community. Don't just have a consumer mindset and just see, okay, what is it that I can take from the community. Try to see what can I give back to the community. Try to see how you can actually help others who are maybe younger than you or who have less experience than you, or maybe someone who is as good as you, but maybe you are a subject matter expert of one topic and they are of another topic. Try to complement each other and add value to the community. It's not just, it's not a zero sum game. It's like it's a positive sum game. So it's not like, you have to give X amount and you have to take X amount. You can like give back to the community. It will help you feel good and it might actually change someone's life. So, some more reasons how to leverage communities effectively is learn from others, right? When there's so many people in a common forum, and when there's so many people, there will definitely be people who know more than you, who can actually inspire you to do great things, or who can actually, give a path that you might want to follow. So have a growth mindset and try to open your mind to the different, possibilities of learning, and try to absorb as much as you can. And I would say do not like blindly follow anything, but try to see what fits your interest, what aligns with your values, and then try to leverage communities to learn different things and try that out, right? The eighth point is again help and uplift others. So if you want to leverage communities effectively, try to help people as much as possible. sometimes the good things that you do, they come back to you in unexpected ways. And uh, there should no there should be no reason like that. You should not have any motive behind helping others. Try to do it as selflessly, or as just with the intention of helping others, and literally you will feel really good after it. And the ninth point, which also resonates a lot with building a personal brand, as I mentioned, it's a digital world. And just try to use their platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, GitHub, which you can leverage effectively to build your personal brand. So, it can be very simple things. It can be just going through LinkedIn and Twitter and maybe just scrolling through the posts of people. This is something that I used to do very often when I was just starting out with communities. So I just used to look at what people are posting, and then let's say someone posted, let's say, about a program. Sometimes it happens that I come across a program and the applications are already closed and like I can't apply at the moment, but it does not stop me from learning more about that opportunity, right? So just try to see, okay, what this opportunity is about, what are the requirements, what are the skills that I need to be able to be eligible for this opportunity, and then try to see how you can build those skills. Maybe connect to those people on LinkedIn, ask them that, hey, I saw this post of yours and this seems interesting to me, can you tell me more about it? Similarly, on Twitter, there are so many different topics. Now it can be tech Twitter, it can be reading different books, it can be finance, it can be anything. There are a lot of communities on Twitter, and you can find like-minded people. You can find industry experts who actively post content, and you can consume that content. And you can actually DM them, you can ask them interesting questions, you can have meaningful conversations with them. And it also helps you actually promote yourself. And you can also use GitHub. So if you want to build personal projects, if you want to contribute to open source, if you like, Hacktoberfest is coming up, as you all might know. So try to use GitHub effectively. And the keyword here is effectively. So effectively means like, you know as when LinkedIn, Twitter, and GitHub, these platforms give you an opportunity to showcase your skills to the world. You have to understand that these are actually representing who you are as a person to someone who does not know you. Now think what kind of an image you want to build in front of someone. So if you want to come across as a good dev, then try to have meaningful projects on GitHub. Try to make meaningful contributions. It's not just about making 10,000 commits, etc. It's about making meaningful commits, meaningful projects. And same goes with LinkedIn and Twitter. Try to make meaningful connections, build strong networks, try to post things which actually add value to the community. It might happen that your potential employer is actually going through one of your profiles, and you never know what kind of opportunities might come across your way when you leverage these platforms effectively. And one last thing I want to mention is that this is one of my favorite quotes ever, and I want to share with you all today that as long as you have got the passion, faith, and you are willing to work hard, you can do anything that you want in this life. There is nothing that can stop you when passion, hard work, and faith come together. Things might not always go in your favor, but if you look at the longer journey, if you look in retrospect, you will understand that you can connect a lot of dots looking backwards, and you will figure out like why things happened in a certain way that it happened. And just keep working hard, help each other, be there in the community. Try to give back more than what you take from the community, and it will all be good. And I think that's it from my side. Thank you so much for attending this session. I hope you found it helpful. Now I'm open to taking any questions that you all might have. So I'll stop sharing.
Yes.
Awesome.
So yeah, we are here for the question answers. Thanks a lot, Khushboo. Wonderful insights, on point, all facts, and everything which was there, I could relate with, each and every point of yours. So happy to have you over here so that our audience, our hackers, our community can also relate with your journey and experiences as well at the same time.
I'm glad it was helpful. And these are some of the things that I have personally taken away from my experiences in the community. And I think that there is a lot which was not
Yeah.
covered in this slide. And I think it's different for everyone, right? You might have different takeaways from the community, I might have different, and there is just so much that can be done in this space. And I'm so excited to see what the audience will be, how they'll be leveraging the communities to help them in their journey going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I was moderating the chat and was seeing so much of positive comments, agreements. There were people were sharing their thoughts and everything around the same as well. So now we are up for questions. Feel free to ask any questions you might have around communities. If you are stuck somewhere, if you have some doubts, here this is your chance to ask it right away.
I'm
Cool.
glad that so
Any
many people
question?
found it helpful.
Yeah, definitely. So here's one question from Raj. Any tips while starting new community in college?
Yeah, this is an exciting and interesting question. Like when you start a new community, there is so much that can be done. So I would suggest that first of all, have a mission statement, which is short and concise, and this should be something that everyone resonates with. So when you actually, go to someone and share what your community is about, it should be something that they can relate to, and it should be something that actually summarizes all the activities which will happen in the community. So for example, you are building a community around blockchain, so try to have a short and snappy mission statement, right? It helps people feel like, okay, this is our mission for the entire community. And secondly, try to tell people why it is important. Sometimes people do not know why they should do this. A lot of times people try to use, swags or giveaways as a medium to attract new people to the communities, which is not bad, but try to ensure that you attract people for the value that they will get and not just materialistic things.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always, a statement over there. People join for such materialistic thing and then
Yep,
stay
and this
for
stays
people,
the
stay for
value.
community.
Absolutely
Yeah,
right.
awesome. Thanks, Raj, for asking. Here's another question from Bud. If suppose there are technologies that have no specific community forums, etc., how will we approach them? Should we create them, or how to approach to create one? Interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes. As I just mentioned, take initiatives. If you feel like there is a space which can have, potential people who are interested. For example, I think cybersecurity is not a very common area in India or in colleges across India in which you find a lot of people interested. And sometimes, like even I have felt like sometimes if I want to learn more about it, I find less communities. So if you think there is something which can be done or can be improved, I think that is the best thing that you can have, and just take initiatives and create one. And how to approach is start small. Do not think of growing your community to lakhs of people initially. Just start small, identify local problems, see what fits local people, local community, and then scale it out. Do not think of scaling out immediately.
Yeah, and a little patience is always required.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool.
Patience is the key.
Definitely. Another question from Shruti. Is it true that we can find more opportunities on Twitter rather than on LinkedIn? It's kind of debate, but may vary from person to
I
person.
think I
What's your
think
view?
yes, absolutely. It depends on how effectively you leverage the platform. People are
Yeah.
present on both LinkedIn and Twitter. And what I like to think of it is that every platform has some unique points which makes it stand out. So if you want to apply to job opportunities, connect with recruiters, I think LinkedIn is better in those terms. But if you want to actually network with people or showcase your work, and sometimes LinkedIn might have this constraint of connecting with someone to DM them. So try to see what is it about a platform that you can leverage, and leverage both effectively. I would not say one is better than the other. It depends on your use case and what the
Yeah.
platform has to offer.
Absolutely, fair enough. Another question from Harshita. As a beginner, should we write about the things we learn after completing learning, or it should have, or should share process also?
Let me give one example. So let us say that you got a scholarship to complete a course. Sometimes a lot of people, they share that they got a scholarship to do the course, but then they, do not complete that course or something. What I see as per my personal observation is that the community find it more sorry, when you share your takeaways with the people. So share the process. Like you might have seen a lot of trends like 100 days of code. So those are amazing things. You can post the journey, and as you might have heard, the journey is more beautiful than the destination. So whatever you're doing, keep posting about it, and it might also help you find people who are doing something similar, which might actually give you a group of people you can collaborate with. And yes, just do it. And the only thing I would say is just don't do things for the sake of posting them on socials. Try to like gain value out of whatever you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. And many a times it happens like, for someone who's just starting, they look out for someone who's experienced. And when you share your experiences, you not just share what others needs to do, but you also try to share what others should avoid. You share your
Yes,
mistakes
yes.
as well.
Learn from mistakes and failures of others.
Yeah, awesome. Lot of question. I'm scrolling back once again. I got down, but here's another question. Some tips from for introverts like Janki to open out in communities.
Oh my God, that is, such a great question, Janki, because when we actually go out in community events for the first time, we, as beginners, first of all, we feel intimidated, like, okay, people know so much and maybe I do not know enough, or I'm just a beginner and I'm just starting out. And there's a group of people who might actually know each other beforehand, and how do I go and how do I introduce myself? There is a lot of self doubt that comes into picture. And but what I would say is that I also face the similar things, but I think it gets better with time. So what happened with me is that when I started going out in communities, after a point of time I felt like the same set of people, I could see similar faces in different community events, and I could say that, hey, I saw you in that event, or you were doing this, you were doing that. So be consistent. Initially you will feel that, but it slowly fades away with time. And even if you are an introvert, if you do not like public speaking, there are different forums in which you can actually express yourselves out. So if you do not like public speaking, maybe you can write blogs, you can do tweets, you can do so much things. Like, it does not have to be what others are doing. Just try to find what you're doing. But and yeah, definitely it will get better with time, so don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just one last thing I would like to add here is that people are more helpful than we imagine. Sometimes we do not
Mm.
ask questions for the fear of being judged, but a lot of times I have noticed this, that when you ask for help, or when you just go and share your concerns, then people are more willing to help as we imagine.
So true. Can't agree more on that. Awesome. But is asking most of the time, people are not interested to join community even after letting them know what are the good things waiting for them. So how to make people motivated to join communities out there?
One thing I would say is that quality is always more important than quantity. So when you're actually creating communities, do not think like, how do I get more people to join us? Just try
Mm.
to add value to, let's say there are four people coming to your events. Try to add value to their life. And sometimes then through the word of mouth, or when people see that, okay, this is actually helping others, they automatically come, right? It's not like you
Yeah.
have to build, like, bring in a lot of people. But yes, just start small and share what you're doing, what your community is doing. When people see value, they'll automatically come to your community.
Yeah, so true. Any tips for someone who's just getting started with GitHub Campus Experts?
Oh yes, definitely. A lot of it. So the GitHub Campus Experts program is focused on your local community. Try to understand that local is the keyword. The program believes that you understand your local community better than any of us. So, for
Mm.
example, there's a community in your college, you would know about it more than I do about it, right? And which is why you would be an ideal leader for that community. So, when you are applying for this program, figure out what are the struggles of your community. One major tip is be authentic. Do not copy and paste answers. Do not try to see what others are doing. It's your community. Bring out what is it that your community faces problems with, and what can be done to solve those local struggles. It can be different from others, that is not a problem, but be
Mm.
authentic.
So true. Another one from Rishita. She's asking if she should choose contributing in an existing community or start making a new one for for her college or another.
You can do both simultaneously. So what I did was, like, and I think that first of all you should start with an existing community. Go there,
Mm.
see what people are doing, try to see what is it that you can do better. Maybe try to volunteer, and you gain experience out of those things. when you believe that you are enough experienced to understand these things, and start a new community. And as I mentioned, you can do it simultaneously. So it happened with me. I was leading a community on campus, but I was also a part of 3 4 other communities on campus, just to learn. Like, learning is a continuous process. Even if you are leading a community, there is so much that you can learn and improve on. But yeah, just do that. Like, just try to first of all learn how things work, and
Yeah,
then you can lead your own.
absolutely. When you'll be the part of the culture, be the part of the community, you'll understand, how things works. So you'll become better in what you can actually do without becoming part of any community. So definitely. Another question on consistency, how to be a consistent contributor, in a community actually.
Right, right. I understand that a lot of times, we have exams, we have other commitments. It can be personal, it can be, academics, or it can be internships, or so many things can, come in place when you are actually contributing, or it might hamper you from being consistent. But, it does not mean that you have to be active in every single event or every single thing. But, whenever you are contributing, make sure you're adding value and you are taking away
Yeah,
something. Even if you're attending this session, then try, if you're, see, you have 24 hours in a day, so try to ensure that whatever you're putting your time in, you get some value out of it. So, and how to remain consistent is like, when you're interested in something, you automatically, become a consistent contributor. So until and unless you find that place which is actually your area of interest, keep exploring.
yeah, wonderful. And one more thing which you can do, as Khushboo mentioned earlier as well, take a screenshot of this particular live stream, share it on social, and don't just don't just share it for the sake of sharing it, as Khushbu mentioned, but also write top three learnings or maybe top three takeaways which you have gotten from this particular live stream, so that people who are just checking your post or seeing your tweet, they can also learn something new. And at that moment, you will be the inspiration and not all of us over here, because you have written that post.
Absolutely.
Awesome. One more question from Braj: how to manage time with engaging in communities and at the same time working with our own work around colleges?
Wow, such a great question. Time management is a skill, and see, I can give you some tips. You can actually make a to-do list, have a calendar to keep a better track of your time.
Yeah,
And as I mentioned, communities are mostly voluntary. It does not have to be like you have to be there every day. So as I just mentioned, just 24 hours, so much to do. Try to see what is it that gives you the maximum returns, and
yeah,
maintain a fair balance of everything. I think balance is the only thing. If you skew on some side, you might miss out on other things. So find your own balance, and it can be unique for you. It does not have to match with mine or Siddharth's or anyone else's.
absolutely. And try learning, prioritizing things, see what is adding more value to what you want to pursue. And that is also a good way to go ahead with.
And also introspect at gives up like specific intervals, and see
Yeah,
what is it, my long term goals, my short term goals, and what will bring me closer to them every day.
so true. Awesome. Uh, One more question from Bele: how to resolve dispute within the communities? You know, m-
You guys are putting up so amazing questions. Like, these are really,
yeah,
really important things which you learn as you, start participating in community events. When you lead communities, there can definitely be disputes. The key thing to take in consideration is everyone is human, and whatever is happening, be empathetic. So if you are someone who is resolving disputes, try to understand both points without any personal bias. When you are a part of communities, you have to keep your personal biases aside, and you have to be, and sometimes it can happen that someone is your good friend but they are doing something wrong. So ethically, it's your
mm,
responsibility as a leader that you are unbiased and you do what is right, and be empathetic, and try to find a common ground is what I can say.
yeah, definitely. So you need to understand, first of all, the situation and everything which is happening around yourself. Understands everyone's perspective. That is like so important. Well answered, Kuju. Thanks a lot. Again, a question from Bart. Thanks for asking so many questions. We really appreciate it. Is it good to be a community lead or community manager? Because what Bart feels is that these two actually are really good to increase leadership skills. Like, also
Hmm.
on top of that, just to add, Do you think a role matters when we are a part of community?
I don't think so. You know, it can, like as I was mentioning earlier in my presentation, that no matter where you fall in the hierarchy, take
Yeah,
initiatives, do your own thing, and I don't think the role matters, right? It's about what you can bring, what contributions you can make, and I don't really understand what you mean by community lead versus manager. So that, do you have any idea?
probably. I'm also not sure because, of course, whenever we talk about some leadership roles, they do have some resonating factors around the same as well. But it's again depends on kind of community and the thought leadership around the same as well. But you do not need to worry about that because even if you are a volunteer, even if you are a contributor, if you have that kind of mindset of going ahead, taking initiatives and adding value, you again will develop that skill, by any way. So you do not need that
I
particular
can
role
I
to
can
go ahead
give
and
a I can give an
yeah,
example from my personal experience. So there was this Google developers clubs on, like, it was starting, and I did not know about the applications and I missed out on them and I did not apply. And there was this
mm,
event happening at Google Gurgaon office, and I got to know that there was also this meeting of all the DSC leads who were to lead the chapters going forward in that particular year. And I felt
yeah,
really bad, like, how did I miss that application, what do I do now? And through that event only, I on same day I got to meet the lead on my campus, like the girl, she who was about to be the lead. And and there was another girl who was interested in the same, and we three formed the core team, and we divided the responsibilities equally. We started the club from scratch, and it never felt like I was not the lead, because as
yeah,
also, if you are in that leadership position, just do not let it get to your head. Try to give other people also the opportunity who want to take initiatives. And
yeah.
as I'm mentioning, I did not had that lead role, but we three did everything equally and we did the entire thing, as a team. So yes, the role does not matter. If you are passionate, just go and tell people or ask them, like, is there anything that I can do to help? And people will most probably say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Harsh is asking how to find communities which will match our interests.
Leverage the social platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. A lot of communities are active there. They actively post about the events that they're doing, and try
Yeah.
to attend their events and see if it fits your interest. Maybe join the Discord servers, participate in the conversations happening around, and then see which is of your interest. If you do not find it, create it.
Yeah, perfect. What are your views on various roles while starting a community? Of course, there's
I
a
think,
question whenever
yeah.
someone starts, should we have a core team or not? So what are your thoughts on that?
I think there should be a hierarchy from my personal experience, because sometimes, when you're peers of a same classroom, there should be a discipline that should be followed, because sometimes that will help you ensure that no one, first of all, feels left out. There is a team which strictly ensures that the code of conduct is being followed and that no
Yeah,
violations of any sort happen. And also divide the responsibilities and have an hierarchy, so that people can actually also have the opportunity to be promoted to roles that actually helps them also feel good, and they also
yeah,
take those positions seriously, and then they also try to step above and beyond their role, and that also gives them a motivation. And I think discipline is the main reason why you should have roles, but at the same time, give everyone an opportunity and listen to their viewpoints.
for sure. And yes, but just clarified. So yes, again, as Khushboo mentioned, dividing the work, giving everyone the equal opportunity can also help you understand who can do what work in much better way. So you can allow that person to do it, rather than you taking up everything. So that also works as well. Awesome. What else have we got in the chat? I do not see any further questions as of now, just appreciation. And it's like the chat is flooded with the appreciation.
Thank you so much, everyone. I really hope that you found it insightful, and I'm really glad that we are doing this conversation today, because communities is a space which is now growing exponentially. I've even
Yeah,
seen that there are a lot of students who are actually getting into DevRel roles, developer relations, and I did not even know what DevRel is until and unless I met some DevRels through community events. And there is
yeah,
so much that I can tell you that I got to learn about, that it exists because of communities. And I think that the space is booming, and it will even keep on increasing in the future. And be active and try to see what is it that interests you. It will be unique, it will always be unique, and
Yeah,
leverage it to the best.
definitely. That's so apt. And I see one more question. Uh, it's from Bella itself. What are some signs to let you know that you find the right core team members?
Again, a great question. So, what we used to do in our community is that those people who have been a part of the community consistently for the
Yeah,
past 1 year, who have contributed even as members, who were actually serious about the community, and who have actually worked closely with the present core team. Like, this can be the scenario when you're actually transitioning and you're handing over your community to your juniors, right? In that case, you can actually see who was the most active, who actually added value to the community as a member. You can actually
yeah,
pass on the torch to them. But if you are just building a community from scratch and you want to pick the initial set of core members, first of all, make sure you can trust them. Trust is a very, very, very important part in any community and in any team. Secondly, they should be as passionate or even more passionate than you about the mission of the core community, like the community. As I mentioned, try to identify people who can resonate with the mission statement, and it should come from inside. It should be an innate passion. And when you find such people, and another thing should be dedication. So I remember I was taking interviews for a community and I wanted to find the right mentors. And I did not just look at their GitHub profiles or LinkedIn profiles or projects to figure out if they will be good mentors. I asked them, will you be willing to put in 5 or 6 hours every week to help people? And will you stay consistent? Will you not leave your mentees in the middle, right? And that is another thing that you should see, like how willing they are and how consistent they'll be.
definitely. Like wonderful answer, Khushbu. Thanks a lot for giving that insight. And yes, Vidhi, great session. Definitely learned a lot today, and surely going to share my learning to the community. That's the spirit, you know. This is
Yes,
this is what we want
absolutely.
you to do.
You got this, Vidhi.
Yeah, you got this. Awesome. So I do not see any further questions as of now in the chat, but I do have one question. So Khushbu, as you know, Hack This Fall is a hackathon which we are coming up with this October. So there will be many hackers joining us on the particular hackathon duration, and many of them would also be beginners. Out of your experience contributing to various hackathon communities, what suggestions or recommendation would you like to give to all our hackers at Hack This Fall?
That's another great question. So sometimes for a lot of people, it might be their first hack, and you might not build your best project, which will be on your profile, but try to take
Yeah,
as much as you can from the hackathon. It can be anything. It can be trying out a new tech stack. So I have done this a lot. Like, I tried out my hands on a new tech stack for the first time through hackathons, and
yeah,
leverage it as an opportunity to do something out of your comfort zone. Try to learn something new, try to find people, try to build your network, try to attend sessions that are happening, right? Just try to see what are the different areas out there. As I mentioned, I did not know about a lot of topics until unless I heard about them from communities. And do not feel intimidated. Like, I remember this thing at MLH called I demoed, and that is an achievement in itself. Like, building your
yeah.
first project, participating in your first hackathon, and showcasing what you have built to an audience, right? That is a whole lot of achievement in itself. It does not have to be winning the hackathon. It has to be, what did you learn? Take that as a motivation, and also try to leverage other teams and the mentors. And if you have any doubts, do not hesitate to ask them. There is no stupid question.
Yeah, absolutely. Like these were some wonderful suggestions. I'm sure you know every hacker who will be listening this particular live stream, they might definitely have some great takeaways after they watch this. You know, we completed your session or your presentation in 30 minutes, but we had questions and answers for like almost another 30 minutes. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for being wonderful audience, being super active and interactive in the chat. Really appreciate it. And on that note, thanks a lot, Khushbu, for your time and spending this evening with us. You know, giving us all those insights from your experiences. I personally have been, you know, looking out to you like since when I started. Have been taking inspiration from you, and super glad to host you today.
And just one example I would like to give everyone, that Siddharth is younger to me, but he's doing amazing work in the community that I did not do, I guess. So it does not matter what your age is, what college you are from. Impact can be created by anyone and everyone. So I hope that through Hack This Fall you get to learn new things, you build amazing projects, and you meet interesting people, and you network with them, and you stay in touch with them for a long period of time, even after the
Yeah.
hackathon ends. And I would like to wish the very best to the Hack This Fall team. You are doing incredible work, and I'm really proud of what is happening in the community and the engagements that are going on.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for this kind words. Really appreciate it. And thanks for joining. See you later.
Bye bye, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for joining in. I hope you had a great time, just like the way I had. And I'm sure you might have different takeaways, different learnings from this particular live stream. And I can't wait to see you building your community, engaging with each other, and being active just like the way you do in our live chat. And I've seen many of you being active in Hacker community of Hack This Fall in our Discord, on social media, and everywhere else altogether. So you all are doing definitely great. Keep doing it, and you'll definitely reach wherever you wish to. But on that note, let me quickly share the feedback form from this particular session. Feel free to quickly fill this out so that you can earn your certificates. Other than that, if you haven't checked our schedule yet, make sure to check out on hackthisfall.tech schedule page. We do have three more sessions, if I'm not wrong. Tomorrow being one from Eddie, using GitHub to win hackathons. That is definitely going to be super amazing. So make sure you stay tuned for that and tune in tomorrow. I forgot the time, but it will be there on our YouTube channel. So you can just click on our YouTube channel, check out the time, and you'll be able to know more about it. And two more sessions after that. So make sure you stay tuned for that and join us tomorrow. It's 6:30 p.m. IST. Awesome. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, join us because we are less than 1 month to go before we start our hackathon. So we do have so much of things planned for everyone, and I would never want you all to miss that. So please join us. And if you're a swag lover, just like me, earn your swag at hackthisfall.tech/swag, which is our official swag page, and I'm sure you'll have a great time over there. So that was pretty much from my end. If you haven't taken the screenshot yet, rewind back, take a screenshot, share it on socials. Don't just share it just for sake of sharing it. Share the top three takeaways or top three learnings, and you're good to go. Tag Hack This Fall, tag Khushboo, use hashtag Hack This Fall. You can also tag MLH. Am I missing something? Let me quickly announce the winner of swag giveaway from this particular live stream, which I believe goes to, let me bring him up. Vedant, congratulations on winning the swag giveaway from this particular live stream. And make sure you DM me on Discord so that I can further guide you with another steps. But until then, stay tuned for more sessions. See you in another one, and I'll take a leave. Bye bye, everyone. Happy hacking.